Well, a researcher a couple decades ago had a hypothesis that because of its anti-inflammatory properties and a few other properties of colchicine, that it might be able to reduce the risk of heart attacks in people who've already had a heart attack, or maybe in general, but in particular in people who've already had a heart attack. And it's because it's been around forever, they really couldn't raise the funding needed to do all the trials to prove it, because heart disease prevention trials are big, expensive trials. You got to follow people for years to prove that they didn't get a heart attack versus people who got a placebo. So they ended up changing the dose of that medicine of colchicine. So it's a slightly different dose from the one that you use for gouty arthritis, but it has a very substantial reduction in heart disease risk if you had a prior heart attack, and in particular, if you had a prior heart attack and you have diabetes. A really, really meaningful reduction. So it got FDA approval for that particular subpopulation. But I mention it because if they hadn't changed the dose, it would have been a paper that some academic would have published that I think colchicine could help, and no one would have ever done the big trial.